That your way of saying that you felt the left did that to us, that they just disregarded black folks?
Stephen A., they've been giving us the middle finger since I can remember. All the way back from the Ku Klux Klan. They have never supported black people whatsoever. They hoodwinked us into getting us on food stamps and getting us with government assistance, having us to abandon our own success. We had our own bus line. We had our own schools. We had all this stuff. They tricked us into believing that the white man was the cure to our own issues.
Okay.
They tricked us.
Outlook fam, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by the Unexplained Outlook. Brandon Tatum, known as Officer Tatum, and Stephen A. Smith are keeping it real here and having a real conversation about the issues that black people have been having. And you're not going to want to miss this. This is going to be an intense interview. If you want to watch the whole thing, you can check out Brandon Tatum's channel. But I have some key points here that we're going to go over. Let's jump right into it.
That your way of saying that you felt the left did that to us, that they just disregarded black folks?
Stephen A., they've been giving us the middle finger since I can remember. All the way back from the Ku Klux Klan. They have never supported black people whatsoever. They hoodwinked us into getting us on food stamps and getting us with government assistance, having us to abandon our own success. We had our own bus line. We had our own schools. We had all this stuff. They tricked us into believing that the white man was the cure to our own issues.
Okay.
They tricked us. And then now look at us, Stephen A. They don't have to bid for our vote. They got our vote hook, line, and sinker.
Well,
so they're never going to do nothing for us.
That part I get. But when you say they did nothing, I'm thinking about civil rights legislation. I'm thinking about infrastructure. I'm thinking about Jim Crow laws, the eradication of.
Now, let's not forget that we had Black Wall Street. Black people were doing excellent at one time. The people on the left, the Democrats, came and blew the whole thing up, literally destroyed it. So we were doing excellent at one time. This is back when black people were conservative. But after that, the Democrats came in, boom, reeled us in, and they've been using it ever since. And for whatever reason, people just cannot get past it. Black people are the most emotional people on the face of this earth. American blacks. They cannot get past the racism thing. It's a crutch to use to always point the finger and blame everybody else instead of taking accountability for what we need to be held accountable for. The gang violence, the gang culture is absolutely destructive, not only for us, but for the people around us. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect. I fell for all of that. I got in a ton of trouble after high school. And then getting in that trouble made me look in the mirror and realize what the real problem was. It was me. Let's get back into it.
I'm thinking about the access to capital that was given, that black folks had dated from the 60s and beyond that we didn't have before that. Are you saying that's the Republicans?
That's Republican, unanimous Republican votes for the civil rights. The Democrats filibustered the Civil Rights Act, the longest filibuster in history until Booker just did what he did. Mm-hmm. But the Democrats were not in support of that. That was the Republican Party that was in support of that. And then let's go down the list. If these things were benefiting black people, why are we still complaining today? We've been voting for Democrats for, 40, 50 years now, lockstep, and we still complaining. We still don't have the rights that we want. We still don't have equality in America. Racism is still plaguing our community, according to black people. So what have they been doing this whole time? And when you look at it, they have just secured our vote, and they don't have to do nothing for us. And this is what we've created, Stephen A. Mm-hmm. We've created an environment where we don't benefit from none of it because the Democrats don't have to work because they know I already got us. The Republicans don't need to work because they can win without us.
I've been saying that.
I'll just say this. Black people cannot exist in America isolating themselves in a cocoon with other black people who, to be honest, hate on them more than white people do. And D.L. Hughley is a perfect example of it. Why won't you uplift your brothers? Why won't you celebrate the brothers that got invited to the White House that won the Super Bowl? Why?
It's because D.L. Hughley is using this to make money. This is how he has been making his money, is trying to be the voice for black people and spreading race problems and being a race warrior and all this stuff. This is how he gets paid. This is how he gets invited on all these shows. He's getting paid by the left, and who knows if he's doing some underground stuff, getting paid by evil people like George Soros or whoever else. to go out there and be a voice for people. We don't need DL Hughley to be the voice for us because all he does is helps to keep us stuck down in this hole that we're in. We need people that are successful, that can prove to other people that you can be successful, that you can be something in your life, and that race and the color of your skin and your culture is not going to hold you back. But that's not how DL Hughley makes his money. He is a detriment to black people. This guy is absolutely a terrible person for people to be looking up to at all, period. DL Hughley is not a good example. There are a tremendous amount of successful people that do not let race hold them back. For real. So many black people have accomplished so many things, and they would never have made it anywhere if they would have looked in the mirror and said, I'm not going to be anything with my life because I'm black. That's ridiculous. D.L. Hughley is a terrible example.
Why wouldn't you? Because you just don't like Donald Trump. And I guarantee you'll never hear D.L. Hughley say anything negative about Donald Trump before he became a Republican president. That's why I don't have no respect for these dudes. And then I'll tell you this, Stephen A. They don't never talk about the thugs in our community. They never talk about the problems. I mean, consistently talk about the ailments that are in our community. Talk about, abortions that go on in our community higher than anywhere else in the country. They don't talk about the murder rate in our community that's higher than anywhere else in the country. They don't talk about the education system that has failed black people. They don't talk about these politicians that put illegal aliens before they put black people. Look at Brandon Johnson in Chicago. Billions of dollars spent on illegal aliens, won't spend a dime on black folks.
Not to mention that Brandon Johnson sold Chicago out big time. They sold all their parking meters out to a private company who's going to profit $1 billion a year. $1 billion a year to this private company for all of their parking meters. All that revenue could have came into the city. Brandon Johnson is an absolute idiot.
Look at Barack Obama. He came from Chicago. Can't name me not one policy that benefited black folks, especially not in Chicago. So D.L. Hughley won't talk about these brothers. They won't talk about these hoodwinking snake oil salesmen that are acting like they're activists. For instance, Reverend Al Sharpton. These people are the most disingenuous individuals I've ever seen in my life. They can go on a boycott of Target, not realizing that there's black people that got product in Target. So why would you boycott Target and in the black communities where black people work at the Target? How about we stop wasting energy being victims and start supporting black people? Have a march to support black businesses, where we spend our money in black businesses, where we put our money in black banks, where we send our kids to black universities. Stephen A., you know why you would never see them do that? Because they wouldn't dare put their money in a black bank. They wouldn't dare send their kids to black universities. And D.L. Hughley and the rest of them won't dare live in a black neighborhood.
Are facts. There's a reason why everybody wants to move out of the hood. We saw Nipsey Hussle lose his life for trying to bring all the money that he made from the rap industry back into the hood. And some hating person from the hood took Nipsey Hussle's life. I mean, that's a perfect example. People hate on each other too much in the black community. It is unbelievable how much black on black crime that there is. And I will never let anybody tell me that black on black crime isn't real or that it's because of the white man. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's because of the culture and because we're always playing the victim card. You got to get out here and make something out of yourself. You cannot allow people to hold you back. People like D.L. Hughley and Al Sharpton, all they do is hold people back mentally because they make people think that they can't accomplish anything because the white man's going to hold them back. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's egregious. And I really, really hope and pray that one day people will wake up and see what is actually going on. This is how these guys make their money. They're race warriors. That's all they do is going around blaming white people for all of the problems that we could fix ourselves. It is absolutely crazy. How long is this going to go on until we just completely self-destruct? We're almost at that point. Every single day I jump online and I see black people doing an egregious amount of crimes. There's horrible relationship advice going around. There's STDs going around like crazy. There's all these violent things happening. It's like, man, we need to step up and do something. Somebody's got to do something, man. So, hey, if I can do something, I will. I'll use my channel for that. I'll do everything I can to try to spread a positive message and keep it real. We got to look in the mirror and tell ourselves we can accomplish something and can't keep blaming everybody else for our problems and our shortfalls. Get up off of your ass and do something with your life. Accomplish something. Stop looking up to people that will try to hold you down and make something out of your life, man. Otherwise, you'll be 50 or 60 years old and resentful and spiteful against the other people that made something out of themselves and say that, oh, they were sellouts. No, they chose to do something with their lives instead of playing the victim the whole time. It's a waste of time being a victim. Make something out of your life, man. It is what it is. You guys drop a comment, let me know your thoughts down below. You can catch this whole episode on Officer Tatum's channel. This is a great interview with Stephen A. Smith. And also, Trump said he wants Stephen A. Smith to run for president in 2028. So we'll see what comes out of that. But hey, man, look at how successful Brandon Tatum and Stephen A. Smith are. Neither one of those two guys will tell you that they were held back by the color of their skin. No, they went out there and tackled it and made something out of themselves. True story, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. You watch the Unexplained Outlook. Peace.